as I said, I'm going to try a little bit now and let you know how it tastes. It smells really good. Oh, it's quite tangy when it hits the back of the throat, but it's really smooth and creamy as well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gugu's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make this delicious tomato sauce. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious tomato sauce for things like bolognese or chicken or meatballs like we're having for dinner. So the first thing I've done is I've got myself a large pan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the base of this pan, and I'm going to leave this pan to heat up. But before I go, I just want to say that if you have enjoyed this video today and you'd like to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you did enjoy this video, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Everything like that really helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. So as I said, I'm just going to leave this pan to heat up. But before I go, I'm actually going to turn the pan down, because recently I learned a tip that if you have a stainless steel pan, don't turn it onto the highest heat, because it will still heat up quite well on a medium heat. So I'm going to leave this on a medium heat now. My pan has heated up, so what I've done is I've peeled, sliced and diced one red onion, and I've popped this into the pan, and I'm going to fry this now until it starts to soften and go a lovely golden brown colour. The onion has started to go a lovely golden brown colour, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic. So I've peeled and simply sliced 2 cloves of garlic. It doesn't need to be an exact science with the slicing, I have to say, because you are going to blend all of these ingredients at the end, or I'm going to blend all of these ingredients at the end. So you don't have to get it like perfectly sliced or anything like that. Roughly chopped is okay. And I'm just going to fry this garlic until I can start to smell it with the onions. And I've started to smell it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my red pepper. So I've chopped the top from a red pepper, and then I've just simply removed the core and the stalk, and then sliced and diced the flesh. So I'm going to add those in, like so. I'm just going to fry these now until these start to soften. So this will take a little while. It normally takes me about 3 to 5 minutes on this sort of heat for this to start to sort of soften down. Just slightly even. You don't have to have it really soft, but just slightly soft is perfect. So I'm just going to continue to fry the red pepper until it slightly starts to soften. The pepper has started to soften, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 1 carrot and 1 courgette that I've just simply peeled and grated. These are... the reason I tend to grate vegetables is because they tend to cook a lot quicker and they blend a lot easier as well. If you don't want to grate them, then you don't have to. As I said, we are going to blend all of these ingredients together at the end, so it doesn't really matter. But I just like to do it because I think it makes things taste a lot better as well. I could be just making that up, to be honest, but as I said, also it tends to cook a lot quicker as well. And I like quick cooking in my kitchen, I have to say. I love cooking, but I don't want to spend all day in the kitchen sometimes, and I realise that other people don't like to spend all day in the kitchen. So I do try to make it easy for everybody, basically. So I'm just frying this courgette and carrot until they start to soften, which I think they have done now. And now I'm going to add in tomatoes. So I've got 1 can of tomatoes that I'm going to add in there. And I've forgotten to get my chicken stock out the fridge, so I'm just going to go and get that. So I've got about 200 mils of chicken stock that I've just poured into this tin. And I'm going to pour into the pan, and by pouring it into the tin, all it does is just get rid of the juice from around the outside. And now I'm going to add in a little bit of tamari. So tamari, for those of you that don't know, is a fermented soya sauce. It's fermented for slightly longer. So it is gluten-free as well, which is why I use it, because I have a slight gluten intolerance. And then I'm going to add in a tablespoon or two, depending on how much I can get out of this packet. I think that's about a tablespoon of tomato puree as well. And again, that will just add a little bit of extra flavour. And while I leave this on the hob to simmer, so I'm going to turn the heat back up again, and I'm going to leave this on the hob to simmer, and I've just added 2 bay leaves to that as well. And I'm going to go and grab some salt and pepper. So I've grabbed my salt and pepper. So I'm just going to add a pinch of salt to that, and a little bit of pepper as well. Salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add them if you don't want to. And I'm just simply going to stir this sauce. And as I said, I'm going to leave this on the hob to simmer now. So by leaving it on the hob to simmer, hopefully the juices will be absorbed into the vegetables and the sauce will become slightly jammy. So when it becomes slightly jammy, what tends to happen is it tends to thicken a little bit. And that's what we need, that's the sort of consistency we need to blend it. So I am just leaving this on the hob. I'll probably leave this here for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll remove it from the hob and leave it to cool. But as I said, I'm just going to bring this to the boil. I think this is coming to the boil now, so I'm just going to turn the heat down slightly and leave it to simmer. I've left this on the hob to simmer for about 30 minutes, and as you can see, the mixture has gone jammy. So when I pull the spoon back, there's no juice rolling to the front. It's all sticking together quite nicely, so that's what I like to call jammy in my book. So what I'm going to do now is I've turned the heat off, so I'm just going to remove this from the heat and leave it to cool. Then I'll come back and I will blend it and I'll try some and let you know how it tastes. But man, oh man, does it smell good in here right now. The sauce has been left for a good 15 minutes and it has cooled, not completely, but I don't mind that because I am using a glass jug, not a plastic one. So the plastic won't leach onto the sauce. If you are using a plastic one, I would leave it to cool until it's cooled completely. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the sauce into the blender like so, and I'm just going to scrape the bottom because waste not want not, as my grandmother used to say. So I'm just scraping the bottom like so, and then I'm going to put the lid on, and as I said before, I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together until they are smooth. Blended the sauce until it is smooth, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to pour this back into the pot like so. It's still slightly warm, so once I've poured everything back in, I'll just give it a try and let you know how it tastes. But as I said before, it smells really good in here right now. As I said, I'm going to try it a little bit now and let you know how it tastes. It smells really good. Oh, it's quite tangy when it hits the back of the throat, but it's really smooth and creamy as well. So yes, as I said earlier, we're going to be having this for our dinner this evening, and we're actually going to be having this with meatballs and spaghetti. So I'm really looking forward to that. But you could also eat this with chicken or fish, or you could use it as a bolognese sauce as well with some minced beef. It's really versatile, and you can also freeze this as well. So you can make a big batch of this and then just put it into containers and freeze it, and then you just take it out when you want to eat it. So yes, I am really looking forward to my dinner this evening. That's how you make this delicious tomato sauce, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having this with meatballs and spaghetti tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.